What's up, guys? It's John.
This is Matt, and this is John and Matt's Reviews.
And today, we're going to be reviewing War for the Planet of the Apes, directed by Matt Reeves.
That's right, the third installment of the Planet of the Apes series, the new one. So let's talk about this one. It's a little different. Like the second one was kind of guns blazing on horses.
Yeah.
This one's a little different.
It's a lot different.
It's a lot.
When you see the opening scene, I hope a lot of people don't get turned down by this, but it's war, it's havoc.
Yeah.
There's
It's in the title, War.
monkey limbs flying everywhere. I don't know if that happened, but
They were flying everywhere.
they were flying. But then after that, you know what? The story goes into something deeper than that. It's actually more about, you get to see Caesar, who's now a lot older. He looks like he's gone through so much BS.
Mr. Graybeard over here.
Yeah,
like,
he has just all gray. The first one is him learning about, he's naive that not all humans are nice. Second one is learning that, well, not all humans are evil.
yeah.
And now he learns that there's just some plain evil people out there, like worst of the worst.
Yeah, so this one, again, there's war, of course, but it's just talking about more, it's a sadder story.
It is.
Like, it's more or less, there's a lot of killing, a lot of sadness. It's all about him protecting his tribe, his group, whatever, and trying to save them so they can live a better life without being hunted down. So the whole time, they're running, they're fighting, and it's just sad. You see him struggle. He struggles mentally as well with trying to get revenge on, do you remember the guy's name?
I don't think he had a name. I know they called him the Colonel.
The Colonel, yeah, it was just the Colonel. Yeah, I don't remember them saying the name. So the Colonel, trying to get revenge on him, he pictures himself becoming more like the other ape that he fought in the second one.
Koba.
Koba, there we go. I was trying to remember the name there. But he keeps picturing Koba over and over because he's becoming him, because he's so stuck on revenge and he wants to go after the Colonel and just...
I was about to call him Koba. Caesar is evil now. Caesar don't play around.
Yeah.
And it shows his eyes have changed, his attitude, his view of human beings.
Well, I mean, he's still kind. He still doesn't just kill everybody, of course. Yeah. But, I mean, you can definitely tell he's after that one person, and he needs to rethink what's more important, that one person or his family, his tribe, and everything like that. So that definitely weighs on his shoulders throughout the movie, and you see his struggle and how he has to come to realize, I need to make some changes.
Of course, the Colonel was, this, you guys know, it's Woody Harrelson. Yeah. I didn't know how to feel about this. I don't really have a problem with him. He was okay. He wasn't like, I don't want to say like menacing. He reminded me of the cowboy from Zombieland.
See, Woody Harrelson, like, I love him as an actor. I really do. But when he's in a super serious role, I can't take it serious. Like, I love him when he's like that wisecracking, guy. He could be a bad guy, villain, whatever, but he has to have some kind of humor with him or something. That's what I see him as.
Such as Seven Psychopaths. When he was a villain like that, where he still had that comedy, priceless.
Exactly, the best.
Here, he wasn't like dark villain. He was not all there, so it still worked out for him. I still didn't have a problem because he wasn't like completely serious. He was trying to say, "Hey, man, this is part of war. Don't take it too personal."
Exactly.
No, let's take it personal.
Exactly, and the reason he's fighting for, again, they know in the past they talked about the disease where humans are getting dumber and apes are getting smarter and all that because they have the virus in them. You're going to see a little more of that in this movie and what happens to them. Yeah,
I forgot about that. That was a really good twist. Excuse the alarm, it's like 100 degrees over here, so yeah, it's really hot. But one thing I do want to talk about is the dialogue. The first hour and a half, this is a long movie, it's 140 minutes, but the first hour and a half, there's no dialogue. Very little.
Very little, yeah.
And I was completely okay with it. Like the monkeys, I was hoping not all of them could speak perfect English, and they don't. Yeah. A lot of them just use sign language. Caesar, I'm okay with him speaking perfect English because he was born with it. Yeah. The mother would carry the shot, so it naturally came to him. The rest of the monkeys, they could speak a little bit, but their sign language, you have to do a little bit of reading. It's fine. It's great.
It's very little reading. I mean, don't get turned off by it, but majority of them have learned English, and some might talk every now and then, but again, it's all sign language. And I'm pretty sure they're doing it for us too, because these apes aren't even looking at each other when they're doing sign language and they know what they're talking about, so it's all for us.
Oh, you hear it?
Yep.
And he's like facing the wall. I'm like, oh, okay, that means thirsty. Okay.
I'm like, how do they know? Like, yeah.
One thing I do want to talk about is the scenery. The scenery looks amazing.
It does.
I don't know how they pasted the apes, all that in there, but it looks so realistic. Like, I was like, I want to be there.
Yeah, the scenery, the CG. I mean, you're going from the forest to a snow area to a meadow to a river, and it all looks amazing. I mean, the apes, again, the CG looks amazing as always. I mean, it just keeps getting better and better as time goes on in technology, so...
And I believe this movie was not a screw up, or I believe it stayed as good as the second. First one I was okay with because they told the story. Second one, I love that movie. This one, it was just as good. They kept the same director, Matt Reeves. I was glad that he stayed on for the whole ride. He's also the same guy who did Let Me In, Cloverfield. Yeah. So he's a good director so far.
Yeah, I mean, he stuck through it. They all were amazing. This one, again, is amazing. Even though sometimes it's quiet, you got to read a little bit, it is worth it. The story, it takes you and it captivates you. I mean, we're all there for the killing and blood and all that other good stuff, but the story, the sadness, everything, I mean, you're just stuck there watching like, oh my God, what's going to happen next? How are they going to do this?
It is. Like, this movie is... Actually, I don't want to ruin it, but there's a new character in this movie where if not for him, I would think this movie is kind of depressing, actually. Yeah. I mean, it has to be, but with this new character that came in, I was like, oh, okay. Like, he had me laughing a couple times. Yeah,
this new character, not going to say who it is, whatever, but he definitely breaks the tension. Maybe, like, there's only like 4 or 5 times he does, but those 4 or 5 times
you need them.
Exactly. It's perfectly in there where you're like, oh, that's so sad. That's funny. Yeah, okay. It gets you going again, so you're not just depressed when you leave the movie theater.
You're holding your breath and tension. You're like, oh, that's funny. Okay.
Yeah.
You move on to the next scene.
So he was a nice little addition.
Yeah. Once again, guys, I do want to tell you, do not think this is going to be all action like part 2, because then it's the same thing as part 2. Why make the same movie?
Exactly.
They change it up. They go into story. Caesar growing. He's maturing. He's different. He's looking for vengeance now. There's a reason behind it. It's a good movie, guys. Give it a chance.
Exactly.
If I have to rate this movie, I'll give it I would say a 9.
Yeah, 9. I was going to say, if you said 8.5, that's too low.
No, 9.5.
It's at least a 9 or higher. I mean, you should definitely check this out in the theater. Like, you should go pay for that. I mean,
there's some very, very minor flaws. There's like a couple minutes where I was like, I don't know if I would have put that in, but overall, the whole movie was great. It was amazing.
Like, he's just nitpicking.
No, that's why I said it's very small details to even mention them. That's why I'm giving it still a 9.5. So, guys, we recommend this movie. Go watch it in theaters. Support it. And so if you like this video, give us a thumbs up.
Subscribe for more content.
And to our next movie review.
See ya.